We had previously done a video showcasing the Build It mod and several structures that my friend Doe here had built using that mod. And that went so well that we decided that we would add some more mods that add some building pieces, including Odin Architect, Clutter, More Gates, Plant Everything, and Plant It. And since that time, Doe has been, again, hard at work building stuff here. And there's a bunch of new exciting stuff that we wanted to show you guys. So, first off, is going to be the restaurant. We had showed that previously, but he made a bunch of updates to it. So, let's take a look at that.
Yeah, so the outside of it is the same. I don't think I changed anything there. If we come inside, I think we did a mod that created you could make placeable plates and candles,
That's the clutter mod.
clutter.
Now, previously, there was like a bunch of really bright lights in here, and
Yeah.
it looks like you've taken those out and
Yes.
switched more to a kind of a
Kind of a kind of an Italian restaurant, sort of a demure, like romantic lighting for that special occasion.
I absolutely love these candles that you put on the table.
Yeah, that's the coolest one. And the recipe is that's all the light down here. I've got a couple lanterns up top for the storage areas. The recipe for these is interesting. It's honey and flint. So some of the things that you don't really use much anymore late game, you can use some of that excess inventory for some decorations.
Yeah, because we have just piles of flint laying around from a long time ago. You know, we don't use
Uh
flint axes and stuff anymore. So
Well, so the plants are from the other mod, the plant mod, the plant it all.
plant it is the name of that mod that these
Yeah,
plants are
plant
from.
it. So I wanted to have like kind of a spice rack above the cooking area here, so to speak. So I threw some plants up there. I was more or less just practicing, seeing what was all available in that mod, and I got a few other placeables on the stove here.
Pots, pans, rolling pin.
And if we could take a quick look upstairs, because we got the item stands to work now. So instead of putting signs on all the chests, you can actually put the item for the chest that it goes to. So the carrots are showing up, and the turnip. Yeah, the carrot was my bane.
And that's item stand, all items is the name of that mod. But this is really cool how you have them showing like that. Looks a lot better than a sign, a lot
Yeah.
easier to read.
Yeah, they look really cool like that. So we go back out here through the restroom area. Now this is now the dock area, and I utilized the Certling core lamps to give it kind of a kind of a nighttime sort of a London kind of look, I think, especially when it's foggy.
And those are from Odin Architect.
And then I got some scenery over here, sort of a manifest area.
Now, what I really love about this is you've taken the 4 different mods. Some of these
Yes.
are from, like these crates are from um, Build It, and then some of these other pieces are from Clutter and Odin Architect. And you really put it all together and
And
created like a full.
And just so everybody
Same.
knows, the cart is vanilla, and if you put one stone in each item slot, it'll populate these crates in there for you for the.
Oh, okay. So you put
Yeah,
like okay, like one item in each slot, and that gets you all these different crates.
take a look in the yeah. Take a look in there. You see.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's full of stone. I think you left some extra stone in
Oh,
there.
I think Spot must have put those in there. So,
Let's take a look at this table you have down at the end of the dock.
so they're all different, but they're all similar. And I made the docks long enough for the long ship to be pretty much completely pulled in. And this is sort of like the cargo check-in, I guess. And the clutter has large maps that look real nice, and these lanterns, books, all kinds of stuff like that, which you'll see more of. And a little stool for the dock worker to sit here and wave to his mates while he's doing his work. Is the
Yeah, I see the pipe.
pipe? There's always got to be a pipe. They smoke a lot, you know. So real quick,
So it looks like you have tables at the end of each dock.
yeah, they're all a little different, but hey, before we move on, I got to show you this little area of this little sewer inlet. I worked on this. It was hard to get the grass to look right and the dirt to be the right way, but basically that's the window from what's it called? The
That's from Odin Architect.
Odin Architect, I think.
And that's the stone window, but it looks kind of like it's got iron on it.
It looks like iron, but I think the recipe is just stone. I don't think it takes. I can't remember now.
Wood, I think. Stone and wood.
So yeah, oh, it does take wood. You're right. Yep. So there you go. But yeah, it looks good, and I was gonna incorporate this all the way on a little something on every edge, you know. So you'll see another one over here that's not quite as cool looking, but
Oh, what about these blocks here? You have these different blocks that go along the edge, and they look more like a brick and mortar than the big
yeah,
stone slabs from the vanilla pieces.
yeah, a little little more man-made looking,
And these, I believe, are from Odin Architect as well.
and just a quick note, those are double the stone cost to make those. So you really gotta want them.
And what are those stones called?
Let me check real quick. Hard rock.
Ah, okay.
And I marked the docks with different trophies, sort of like a less is more, but to designate, that's that dock, this is this dock, just in case.
These are all brute trophies.
I think it's the regular one. I did that because their eyes glow at night, and then when it's foggy, it's.
So let's check out this garden here.
Uh, I started. I started. Yeah. Well, I started trying to fill the in between spaces with some sort of aesthetically pleasing placeable. So I've got plants, and I don't know if you saw the owl statues perched up here. When I finished off these steps, there's really no outside corner step to use, so I used roof angles and just perched an owl up there.
Oh,
And so yeah, this is the so I was trying to create ambiance for the restaurant people. So I got some fountains placed here with some lanterns on top, so it's kind of cool at night. And then I did this garden sort of as something good to look at, a green space. Give the government workers in the tower a break when they come out here for lunch. And I tried to utilize the useful placeables that, especially like the thistle and the mushrooms that glow. It looks pretty good, and that's with that plant it mod again.
this is actually from the Plant Everything mod, which allows you to plant like all
Correct.
the vanilla bushes and berries and
Yeah,
stuff.
so the regular bushes in the corner and the something you can eat out here, and the well. There's a well out here too. Looks dry though. There's stuff growing in it. And then of course the cherry blossom trees. I gotta have those.
Gotta have them. So what's this little area over here?
This isn't quite done. I started making like what do you call it? Like a pagoda or a kiosk for salespersons, like to peddle their wares. So this will probably have food placed on it, and I couldn't get the banners to rotate and stick, so I put roof pieces up there for sort of like a lean-to. But I've since learned how to do that, and I'll show you when we go to the drunken locks over there.
Okay, so let's talk about the entrance, the entryway.
Do the Yeah, let's do the entryway. So this is the main entrance to Tortuga. So you could imagine a mermaid, person um, coming out of the water here, seeing the stately pillars of the state building, and there's lanterns on top that you can see better at night. And I've got the walkway sort of flanked with the dragon statues that are pretty expensive metal costs to build. They're the smaller ones. There's larger ones available in that mod. So you really got to want them. I can't remember the recipes. I think this one's a bunch of bronze and iron. Can't remember.
These silver dragons are iron, 10 iron each.
And that's really cool. Maybe it's
And these dragon statues are all from the clutter mod.
yeah. That's so. The clutter mod had a few statues available, and those are the by far the coolest ones, right? But we need to run inside the real quick, and I'll tell you about the other statues because I got them all set up here by the fireplace. So they actually add comfort too. I know the owl statue does in the paintings.
Oh, so you've got like all these little.
Yeah, so this is like a toy shelf. This is, put your toy soldiers up there or whatever to play with.
You got a couple deer here and some birds.
Toot, there's a wolf. And Clutter also added books. So here's the nightly reader. You sit here with your grog or whatever, and you read. But Clutter also added. Did we have the bathtub here before?
No, that's from clutter.
One of those added the bathtub. And then,
You got these paintings on the walls.
yeah, the bathtub doesn't add any comfort, but the paintings do. They add one each. Yeah.
You previously had banners
Banner. Yeah.
on this table.
So I took, yeah, the placeables that the banners had to go because it doesn't look good with the items you put on there. They overlap and they show through, so it's really not that good combining them. But yeah, we've got all the trappings of state here. We've got the open books, we've got the quill and pens, we've got very official looking candles, and of course the globe with which to plot our next pillaging. I put the big globe upstairs if you want to run up and see that right quick
Sure.
while it's light out. I haven't really done much else inside here, but I was going to make sort of an observatory area up here with the big globe.
Oh yeah, look at the size of this thing. This is great.
It looks pretty cool. But not much else up here, but downstairs. All right. Well, I wanted to show you before we walk out of here the one placeable I thought was really clever and cool. It's called what is it called? A storage book? It's called Stash Book. So on the sink shelf over here, if you look at that book on the left there, it's got inventory space. And of course, what do you put in there? You put gold, right? So but a stash book, that's where you keep your gold, right?
And there's a public version and a private version of this, right?
There is, yeah. There's a
Kind of like a ward where only you can open the private version, but anybody can get into the public version.
and I haven't really set up a bookshelf yet, but you could stick it in the middle of a bookshelf and nobody would ever know.
And that's going to do it for this video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe so you don't miss any of the other videos we have in our Tortuga series. Thanks.